Have you ever looked at someone you love and felt that something was changing, even if you couldn't quite explain it? Maybe they're sleeping more than usual. Maybe they've lost interest in their favorite meals. Or maybe they're just quieter than they used to be. These changes feel so small, so ordinary, that most families simply brush them aside, until suddenly a doctor sits down with serious news that no one was prepared for. But what if these quiet shifts were actually the body's early way of whispering for help, long before the final chapter begins? And what if understanding them could bring your family clarity, comfort, and peace instead of fear or regret? Many of these signs aren't dramatic or painful. They don't look like emergencies. They look like simple changes in daily routines, sleep, appetite, strength, energy, even the way someone breathes. And because they seem so normal, most families don't realize what they really mean until it is too late to say the things that matter or arrange the care their loved one truly needs. Hospice doctors from Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, and major aging research centers all agree. The body begins sending gentle signals, months, sometimes many months, before life's final stage arrives. But because these changes feel subtle, almost quiet, families often miss the chance to respond with understanding rather than worry. You deserve to recognize these signs, not to fear them, but to care wisely, to be present, to bring comfort, to support your loved one with confidence instead of confusion. And sometimes, knowing what the body is trying to communicate is the greatest act of love a family can give. Today, we're going to walk through 7 early signs that appear long before the final days. Signs that can help you prepare emotionally, practically, and spiritually. These signs are gentle, human, and deeply meaningful. And once you understand them, you'll never look at them the same way again. Before we begin, I'd love to know where you're watching from. And if you believe in caring with love instead of fear, simply type HOPE in the comments. Now take a deep breath, stay with me, and let's walk through these signs together. Slowly, respectfully, and with the compassion every family deserves. Sign 1. A deep change in sleep patterns. One of the earliest and quietest signs families often notice is a shift in sleep, longer naps, shorter nights, or a complete flip in day-night patterns. At first, it might look like simple fatigue or boredom, but for many older adults, this is the body's natural way of conserving its energy. As the systems responsible for digestion, circulation, and cognitive activity begin to slow, the body chooses rest over activity because rest is where it can redirect its remaining strength. Researchers from Harvard note that the internal body clock can shift significantly in later life, making day feel like night and night feel like a blur. Families sometimes confuse this with laziness or withdrawal, but it's simply the body recalibrating itself. What helps most is gentle observation. Keep a small notebook and track how long your loved one sleeps. If they consistently sleep more than 15 to 16 hours a day over a week, a doctor can guide you on the next steps. Understanding this change early allows you to adjust routines, offer comfort, and cherish the moments when your loved one is awake and present. Sign 2. Declining appetite and interest in food. Another sign families often mistake is a sudden drop in appetite. People who once loved a hearty breakfast or a weekly family meal may begin pushing food away after just a few bites. This isn't stubbornness or sadness. It's the body quietly redirecting its limited energy. According to palliative specialists at Mayo Clinic, the digestive system naturally slows down as the body prioritizes essential functions. Foods that once smelled delicious may now feel overwhelming. Flavors become dull, and large meals can feel uncomfortable. Instead of urging or insisting that they eat more, it helps to offer small, soft, comforting foods in tiny portions: broths, applesauce, mashed potatoes, or a spoonful of pudding. Keep track gently, without pressure. What matters most during this time is comfort, not calories. Sitting together, sharing a quiet conversation, or simply offering company turns mealtime into something soothing rather than stressful. Sign 3. Withdrawing from social connections. Families often misunderstand this change, thinking their loved one is lonely or upset. But when someone who always welcomed phone calls, visitors, or family gatherings begins choosing more quiet time, it may be part of a deeper emotional shift. Experts at Johns Hopkins explain that toward the final phase of life, many individuals turn inward, not out of sadness, but out of a natural desire for reflection and peace. This quieting can look like skipping social events, keeping conversations short, or spending long moments in silence. The best thing you can offer is gentle presence without expectations. A warm hand placed on theirs, a brief chat over a cup of tea, or sitting in the same room while they rest means more than trying to keep them busy or cheerful. They may not want long conversations, but they still want to feel close to the people they love. In these moments, your calm presence becomes a form of comfort no words can equal. Sign 4. Moments of confusion or talking to someone who passed away. This sign can feel unsettling to families, but it is more common than people realize. Sometimes an older adult may speak softly to a spouse who has passed away years ago, or relive events from decades earlier as if they were happening now. Neurologists from the Cleveland Clinic note that as the brain's oxygen levels and processing patterns change with age, memories and reality can blend. These moments aren't usually distressing for the person experiencing them. In fact, they can bring comfort or a sense of connection. Families often try to correct or question these moments, but doing so can create unnecessary fear or frustration. Instead, sit with them. Listen. If they're recalling an old memory, let them share it. If they seem to be speaking to someone they loved, you don't need to challenge it. These moments are often peaceful and meaningful. In many families, they become treasured stories, later quiet glimpses into what the person held closest to their heart. Sign 5. A noticeable decline in physical strength. A sudden drop in strength, difficulty standing, walking across a room, holding objects, or completing simple tasks is one of the clearest physical shifts. It's not weakness or lack of motivation. It's the body saving energy for essential organs. Specialists from the American Geriatric Society explain that muscle strength naturally declines with age, but in the later stages of life, this decline becomes more noticeable because the body must conserve energy. Families often push their loved ones to stay active, thinking it will build strength, but this can increase the risk of falls or injury. Instead, adapt the environment. Remove loose rugs, add grab bars, place chairs where they can rest, and offer support with calm patience. Celebrate the small movements they can still manage, and assist with the ones that have become too tiring. This approach creates a safer environment and helps your loved one maintain dignity and comfort. Sign 6. Changes in breathing rhythms. Breathing changes can be subtle, slightly faster breaths, quieter breaths, or pauses between them. While this can be startling to observe, it doesn't mean discomfort. Hospice organizations note that as the heart and lungs work more gently in later stages of life, the body naturally shifts its breathing pattern. These patterns may come and go throughout the day. What helps most is creating a calm environment. Soft lighting, a slightly elevated pillow, a fan, or an open window to create gentle airflow, all of these small adjustments offer comfort. This is not a moment to panic. It is a moment to be present. Many families find that when they understand the meaning behind these changes, fear is replaced with compassion and peace. Sitting beside them, holding a hand, or speaking softly can bring reassurance to both you and your loved one. Sign 7. Emotional reflection and letting go. One of the most meaningful signs appears not in the body, but in the heart. When a loved one starts bringing up old regrets, asking to reconnect with someone from their past, or giving away cherished belongings, it may be their way of preparing emotionally. Researchers at the National Institute on Aging note that toward the final chapter of life, Many people feel a deep need to settle unfinished connections or pass along meaningful items. These gestures are not signs of giving up. They are signs of wanting peace. When this happens, listen. Encourage them to tell their stories. Help them call the person they want to speak to or write the message they want to send. Accept the item they offer, even if you don't fully understand its importance at first. These moments often become the memories you treasure. Most small acts of closure, love, and legacy that bring comfort to everyone involved. As we come to the end of today's journey together, I want you to remember something deeply important. Recognizing these 7 signs isn't about predicting the end or living in fear. It's about understanding the body's quiet language so we can offer comfort, presence, and love in the moments that matter most. These changes don't mean someone is slipping away today or tomorrow. Instead, they remind us to pay attention, to slow down, and to be more present with the people we cherish. When we notice these signs early, we gain the chance to shift from worry to wisdom, from confusion to clarity, and from fear to gentle acceptance. For many families, understanding these signals becomes a turning point. Instead of rushing through routines or assuming everything is just aging, you begin to offer your loved one what they truly need: more patience, more compassion, more listening, more quiet moments shared side by side. These small acts become gifts that bring peace and dignity into the final chapters of life. And no matter how long those chapters may be, your presence becomes a soft place for your loved one to rest. If something in today's message touched your heart or helped you understand a change you've been noticing in someone you care about, I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments. Even a single word like hope can remind someone else reading that they are not alone. And if you'd like more gentle, compassionate guidance to help you support the seniors in your life, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need it today. Thank you for spending this time with me. From all of us here at Senior Wisdom Daily, may your days be gentle, your moments be meaningful, and may you always walk through life with love leading the way.